Hey, good evening, guys. This is Spirit Journey. What a day that I had today. It was very stressful, and I want to share with you an incident that happened. I'm not hurt or anything like that, but I was a little jostled, and I can understand now how sometimes people could get, let's say, you get stopped by law enforcement and they find illicit stuff on you. Well, let me tell you what happened. Um, I was walking my dogs. It was a little after 3 p.m. and it's very busy section. And I have my dogs and they had to do their business. And then all of a sudden, I feel something pulling on my tote bag, like pulling down. And so I turn my head to the right. I see a man's hand in my tote bag. I said, "What do you think you're doing?" He was putting in, it was a flyer or something, and it falls out when he pulls his hand out. And then I look up to see his face. And I know he started laughing and stuff, and then he's with a person who um, turns around to see what's going on. And I forget what he was saying, but I felt uncomfortable and a little afraid because his face looked weird. He was a white fellow, and it's like maybe 30s or something like that. Very like dressed like a what do you call a hip hopper type character. And then I remember saying to him, like I pointed at him, up in the air a little bit, because where I live is a lot of cameras. I said, "There's cameras right here and are filming you. You better back off." Because he started to act really weird, just saying something. He said, "Oh, I was just playing around. I was just playing around," like that. And then a woman comes to my aid, and the person that was with her said, "Oh, why don't you just leave her alone?" Because he obviously wasn't in on it. And the other guy, the white dude, was just being a jerk. But I was scared. And it's like, wow, this is happening. And so me and the lady walked to the corner, and then she continues, and then I decide to call the cops. And the cops didn't come. I waited 20 minutes, and then during that wait, I was uncomfortable standing there because it seemed like all of a sudden all of these weird characters are coming around me. And this one, yeah, all these weird characters, because they just see me standing there and I have the little dogs, and then they, some people think, oh, I could, maybe ask for money and stuff like that. And but they look really weird. Yeah, it was immediately right after, and when I got to the corner, that was happening. So I was already edgy and everything. I said, this is a bad time. Just get away from me. Yes, I did talk like that. I did, because he wasn't leaving, and I wanted to let him know I'm serious. This is, I'm not in a good mood. Just back off. And so I call again. Oh no! Just before I called again, I looked down the block and I said, "Oh my God, I think that's them." Because I've already been waiting a while, and I wasn't good with the description of them. I'm not really the best with description and what someone looked like. So let me get my phone and tape them. I mean, videotape them or take pictures. So I was so scared. So I turned my iPhone on and trying to get the guy, but it was hard to really see. In the I did what I could do, um, and then I see my cell phone is dying. The battery's almost out. So I said, "Look, let me call the cops again." Yeah, I called the cops the second time and told them, "Hey, this time, the guys that came back, and they're standing not too far from me, down the block, and when film, um, I gave them a description, and they still didn't come again. So I called the third time because now my phone is dying out. I took the videos what I could take, and they did walk past me actually, and I was so scared because I thought they looked up and saw me taking pictures. So I'm scared. I had my three dogs, and I just kind of walked to the side of the corner, not right on the corner, but towards the storefront, so they couldn't see me. Um, yeah, I was very nervous, and they did eventually walk past me, and then they walked the street, and I put my phone on again. So it's not the best video at all, but it's something. And um, more people approached me. It's just like the things came out of the woodworks. So I called the third time. So now it's like 15 minutes later, and so I called them the third time, 911. I said, look, I called already twice. They didn't come yet, and I do have I saw them come back, and I put on myself took pictures of them. I said, look, I have my dogs with me. They're getting antsy, so I'm gonna just bring them back home, and charge up my phone, and I'm gonna go directly to the police station. So that's what I did. So it's a whole process doing that, and initially, the guy wasn't sure whether a crime was committed or not, and then he eventually asked, what do you call the sergeant? Says, yeah, he called a particular thing like a harassment and something like that, and it caused distress and fear, blah blah blah. He said, yeah, take it, write it down. So it was gave him the statement and everything. He did the paperwork, but it took a long time, close to an hour, and then I went home. So I'm sharing this to let you guys know that to be aware, and it can happen to anyone, and that fear could be really real. And when you're filming someone, you don't know what they're going to do. I try to be really discreet, but I was actually scared to take his picture or video, because you don't know what they're going to do, or if they see you, what's going to be the consequences. I don't know. So, but also I want to say, like what I said in the very beginning, that what if you're minding your own business and someone puts in, let's say, drugs or something illicit, and they sneak it in your person, or your tote bag or whatever. Where I live, people have their tote bag, women with their tote bags, and anyone could slip something in. And then the cops, whatever, stop you, whatever, and you wonder where this thing came from. Unreal. Unreal, yeah. So it's out there. So this is just to let you guys know what could happen to an individual who's just walking their dogs or whatever. So yeah, I'm glad that I did the report. So at least it's on record, because if no one says anything, just like all these things happening in the media, no one speaks out, and these guys or whoever continues doing what they're doing because they don't go to the authorities, so it's documented, and if it's a pattern that starts to develop, they know that this is something serious. So when I was leaving, I talked to the sergeant there, what I can do in the future, what are there defense courses women can take that they offer or whatever. So, he didn't really know what to tell me, and yeah. So I think I want to check the internet places where I, advice about how to protect myself and my little dogs from predators, yeah. So that's about it, but I thought it's important to let you guys know so that you could be more watchful and, do what you need to do. Okay? So take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.